Do you exfoliate? And better yet, are you exfoliating properly? In this video, we'll teach you everything you need to know about proper exfoliation. Hey, I'm Sue and this is Leslie, our skincare expert, and we're here to give you simple tips to get the best skin of your life. So make sure you subscribe and come back every week to get great skincare tips. Leslie, exfoliation, what is it really? What does it do? And is it as important as everybody says it is?
Yeah, so exfoliation is important, and it's a process that in skincare helps to eliminate a buildup of dead skin cells. So everybody knows that the skin naturally is in a process of renewing itself. We're constantly shedding away dead cells and new fresh skin is coming up to the surface. Now, as we age, that process starts to slow down a little bit. So in order to help it along, we use an exfoliating product.
Okay.
Yeah. And there are actually two different types of exfoliation itself. So there's a category known as mechanical exfoliation and a category known as chemical exfoliation.
Okay.
And both of those exfoliators essentially do the same thing, but in different ways.
Okay, so what is the best kind of exfoliator for your skin type?
Yeah, so mechanical exfoliators are the types of products that have granule bits in them or scrubs. You've probably tried a product like that at some point, very common type of product. And they used to be made with walnut shells. Now there's some really interesting materials that have perfectly round and gentle spheres. So you really are sort of buffing dead skin away. It's a physical or a mechanical action.
Okay.
Now the other type of exfoliation, chemical exfoliation, sounds a little bit scary, but chemical exfoliators usually use different types of acids to dissolve dead skin protein. Right? So kind of think of a chemical exfoliator a little bit like a lint brush. It helps to dissolve the dead skin tissue, so it takes away what shouldn't be there, but it doesn't harm what does need to be there, or it doesn't at all affect the healthy skin underneath.
Right, and is one type better for a certain skin type than the other?
So if you have a very sensitive acne-prone skin, let's say, I generally will recommend a chemical exfoliator to dissolve through the dead skin. Physical exfoliators could be a little bit too aggressive. It could aggravate the blemish-prone skin, or it could spread acne bacteria around, which we don't want. So for an acne or blemish prone skin, I generally go for chemical exfoliators. I also really like chemical exfoliators for somebody who's trying to treat pigmentation or age spots. If you have a drier skin type or a little bit more of a flakier texture, you may love the action of a mechanical exfoliator, as long as you're using one that is really gentle and doesn't contain any of the really harsh granule beads.
Okay, and what are some of the guidelines as far as how often we should exfoliate?
So a general recommendation, and this really depends on your skin, but also the product that you're using, is to use an exfoliator 1 or 2 times per week. So if you have a drier, flakier skin type, you can probably exfoliate closer to 2 times per week. If you have an oilier skin type, 1 time per week should be sufficient. Oilier skin has a little bit of a faster natural cellular turnover, so you shouldn't require as much exfoliation. You can use both mechanical and chemical exfoliators, but again, you don't want to overdo the frequency that you use them. So if you're using a mechanical exfoliator 2 times per week and would like to introduce a chemical exfoliator, you're going to reduce your mechanical exfoliator down to once per week and use your chemical exfoliator also once per week. So you're not exceeding 2 times per week with either exfoliator.
And what about the proper use of exfoliators? I mean, does it change depending on what you're using or your skin?
Yeah, so it does depend on the type of product that you're using. Again, as a general rule, if you're using a mechanical or physical exfoliator, you want to make sure that you're using a very gentle buffing action. A lot of people really like to get in there and scrub aggressively because it feels like it's working. We want to avoid using hard pressure, using a gentle circular motion, and really focusing on the areas like the central portion of the face where you have rough or uneven skin texture. If you're using a chemical exfoliator, often this is going to be in the form of a fluid or a liquid, and I typically will recommend using a cotton pad or a fabric round that you can soak with the fluid and then swipe all over the areas of your face where you most need exfoliation.
Good to know. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. If you'd like to learn more about skincare or building a skincare routine, I invite you to join me for a free webinar that I'm hosting. Just click on the link in the description box below, enter your email, and you'll get all the notifications about our next upcoming webinar so you can join us for free.
And as always, make sure you come back here every week. Visit with Leslie and I while we give you more skincare tips so that you can get the best skin of your life. Make sure you subscribe and like this video. And if you have any questions or tips about exfoliation, we'd love to hear those too. Leave them in the comment box below. Until we see you next time, take care.